Welcome back, everyone. I'm once again joined by Dr. Shannon Ferris. Thank you so much for being here again.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. So if you missed it last week, Dr. Shannon's going to be joining us here on The Breakfast Show on Sundays to talk about mental health. And last week, we asked viewers for questions, and boy, did we get questions.
Yes, we did.
We got so many questions. We picked a couple. We met on Thursday, picked a couple that we're going to talk about here. If we don't talk about your question today, you can send it to us again, or we kept a bank of all the questions.
We did.
And we're going to have those in the upcoming weeks because you're going to continue to come here.
And some of these we can put together. Some of them relate well.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're going to try to do today too.
Yeah. So, want to get to the first question?
Yes. My daughter is home from college and is acting a lot more closed off than usual. She wants to be by herself all the time, doesn't want to leave the house, etc. I think she might be struggling mentally, but I'm not sure how to bring it up to see if that's what the problem is. How can I start the conversation in a way that doesn't make her shut me down completely? So, a lot to unpack here.
A lot.
A couple of things. It's because I know that some of these things probably resonate with you.
Absolutely.
Definitely resonate with me. Coming home from college is tough. I'm presuming she's a traditional student, and maybe this is the first year, second year, coming back. And struggling mentally, we don't know necessarily what that could be. So I want to take a spin on it. I think you do too.
Yeah.
How does this question resonate with you?
Yeah, so I'm 23, so I've just gotten out of college recently. I mean, I've been here a year now. So I think when you go to college, if you're in that first year, second year, you're getting that first taste of freedom. You're not really answering to anyone. You can do your own thing, go off, walk out the door. There's really no questions asked. No one's bothering you about anything.
You figured it out.
Yeah. And for me especially, my first couple times I came home from college, if I was walking out the door, even just to go fill up my car with gas, and my parents were like, "Where are you going?" immediately bothered. Because it's like, I've just spent 4, 5, 6 months not having to explain myself to anyone, and just, it's like a dread of just, now I have to answer questions constantly, and it just, you no longer have that freedom. It's kind of taken away in a sense, and it's not, but it is, because you're back under your parents' roof.
But it is a transition.
Oh, yeah.
And it's almost like, and I'm not saying every home is like this, but it's almost like going back into a box where the rules and obligations that once were, maybe now not, and then you're stepping back into that. It's tough for a parent as well, with the roles and obligations and how to maneuver this and how do I ask questions to you when I still see you probably as my little girl as opposed to as a young adult.
Yeah.
That's all really tough.
Because especially in those first couple years, I mean, all 4 years of college, you're growing and you're changing. So who I was when I left when I was 18, your mindset switches because you have this freedom.
Would you also say that your support group changes too, right? Your friends?
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder about this daughter too, where's her support group? Are they back at college, off wherever their homes are for the summer? Perhaps they're not around here. And so being closed off in the room though, that does, concern me. How long? How long has she been closed off in the room? I mean, is she coming out to eat? Mom says she's not going out, but this is what I would suggest, and I want you to keep me on my toes. So, and this is where I think we can tap into the second one, which is, how do you feel about humor as a coping mechanism? So, humor is great for levity. If it takes over, that's a different story. But is the daughter listening to music? Is the daughter playing games in the room and things like that? And so it can change our mood instantly when we do this. What about the mom? Is she doing that too? So when we hear music playing, when we hear laughter, when we hear these things, what does it do?
It connects us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm questioning, where's the connection? Because daughter may feel disconnected right now. Mom may feel disconnected. Most likely, mom is feeling like mama bear. Something could be happening and I need to protect you and I want to be on you, yet I'm cognizant enough that I know I don't need to do that yet. It's because you're going to shut me down. So what do you think about adding some humor in there? We've talked about humor a bit.
I do like that. I think humor goes a long way, because if something's funny, it's just funny. Everyone laughs.
Not only can it be funny, oh my gosh, we can be the funny person. We can be the one that everyone is laughing at in a good way, because oftentimes, would you say that we take ourselves too seriously?
I'd say so.
I would say 100% so. And when we're, like trying, I'm going to try a new thing with you. I'm going to try to treat you like a young adult. Oh my gosh, this is so awkward. And then you just called me out on my awkwardness, and then we're laughing about it. What does that do? It connects us.
It does. And how should the mom go about getting her foot in the door? Because in my experience, when I've been in that mood, it's just like you almost just can't change your own mood. Do you get what I'm saying? So how can the mom kind of weasel her way in there?
Right. The most ideal situation would be getting the daughter outside the house, a neutral zone, and go have fun. What did you all at least both like to do before she left for college? And maybe it is listen to music, maybe it's doing something exhilarating now that things are open. Water sports and the parks and all of those things are now open. You can go for a walk, you can go to the river, the weather is reasonably nice to still do that, those types of things. And so it would be nice. That would be the most ideal situation, but in the home itself, do something a little bit more drastic. Play the music a little louder, sing a little louder with it, right? And it's those things that connect us, whatever those things are. That's what I'm asking the mom, is whatever things that was connecting you and your daughter before, lean into it and find the fun in it and laugh a little louder, sing a little louder, whatever those things are. And that's when you're knocking on the door saying, hey, you want to come and join me? I have some things to do. And that's why I think the tip of the week, which we'll discuss further, is about the I statements, is the mom has plenty to speak about how she's feeling, how she's thinking about this, how she may even be a little distressed because she wants to protect her. Talking about her thoughts, feelings, actions, as opposed to her daughter. Because like you said earlier, even if your parents asked you the slightest little thing, what did you do? What do you think?
Angry.
Absolutely. So if I'm talking about myself that way, I'm feeling distressed about what I'm seeing, and I don't want to feel distressed, and I don't want to think that I have to come in and protect you. I actually want you to be happy with it. I want to have fun with you. I want you to eat with us. I would like those things. It's hard for you to argue that when I'm placing it on myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the I statements. We're running out of time, so let's get into that self-care tip of the week.
You bet. So the self-care of the tip, in lieu of this conversation in good humor, is talking about your thoughts, feelings, actions. So you're placing a conversation on you. Instead of saying you're acting this way, you're doing this, it's I'm feeling this, I'm thinking this, and it's awkward for me or distressing for me, and that's where I'm at. I may be even having a little bit of major awkwardness to tell you about it. So give me some patience with this. That will help the conversation and help the younger person know that they are being treated as an adult.
Wow, I love that. And I feel like we've had a very successful first day answering questions.
We sure did.
And just like last week, you can find the link to the forum on our website, kfbs12.com. You can also message me on Facebook, and there's also a number there for our less tech-savvy friends if you want to leave a voicemail with a question. Dr. Shannon, thank you so much again for being here, and we will see you all next week.